Hello guys, today we're going to be talking about game week 1 of the Premier League, and obviously we're going to go through the games I personally watched. Obviously I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't watch all the games, but the ones that got in my interest basically. As you're looking at the first day of the Premier League opening, the Jamie Foxx Man United beat Fulham, of course. But going back to a serious point, Xerxes scored. To be fair, good for him. It'll be feeling good for Manchester United fans. A new signing, scoring his debut. I remember that prick Anthony Martial scored against us in the 2016 season. But it is what it is, and we're talking about the present. So obviously, Aston Villa shockingly beat West Ham. That is a shocking result, to be fair. Bournemouth drew against Nottingham Forest, two probably relegation candidates teams. So, we'll draw. I think both teams will take it. Newcastle had 10 men, won that comfortably. Everton, like what I said in my relegation vid. Arsenal, I watched this game and I'll probably talk about it, and I'll go back to the Man United game. But this Arsenal game for me, I'm just going to say it right now, it was fucking boring. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, typical Arsenal. Dominant possession, dominant play. They had like a 50-minute spell where like Wolves were causing trouble for them. David Raya, whatever his name is, I think. The Arsenal goalkeeper did a fantastic save. And it was like a leaping header. And it was a brilliant ball from one of the players I wish I knew. But like in the first half, I'd say Arsenal, I think, completely won this game. And like what I've said again, I'm going to talk about it later, and I'm going to give my other reason why. I know it's the first game of the season, but I've already gave it as in my prediction in my second video, if you guys watched, and I highly recommend watching that video. Where I basically said Arsenal's defense for me is the best defense in defense. Sorry, I think in just from all top teams, including my team, Liverpool. It's just that Arsenal looks so good when it comes to like closing the open channels down. Like they're so good at like how Arsenal, like it reminds me of us in the 2019 season, where Liverpool genuinely at one point you didn't even know how they were going to score. Are like it's just so hard to just break down, or just in general just to score against this Arsenal team, because they're literally like they are literally just like a wall. They're literally just like a king of wall. You can't get past through them. I'll go give Arsenal credit. Comfortable win. Saka, the star boy again for Arsenal, one goal and one assist. And then obviously my team, Liverpool, Ipswich Town, Ed Sheeran's team. I want to say one thing from the bat. The first half from Liverpool was completely dog shit. I'm just going to say it right now. The first half was like, how do I say it? It was like watching Jurgen Klopp's like teams from last year sometimes, where in the first half we were just like, just so, I can't lie, just shit. We were basically just shit. We kept playing the long balls to Salah and into Luis Diaz every single time. Obviously, you could clearly tell what we were trying to do, just play the long balls to Salah and Diaz, obviously, to get him behind, and obviously then to cause trouble. And then we kept playing these over-the-top balls. One time it did work with Brian Gravenberch, if I remember rightly, and Salah obviously didn't get a good touch on it. But in the second half, fantastic. And Arne Slot made a brilliant substitution in that game, and I got so irritated with Gerald Konza a bit. Obviously, he's still young. I'm not going to start hating on him. I think Szoboszlai and all, if I remember, like Szoboszlai, basically half of the team kind of did play shit. I was not impressed with us and how we played. But in the second half, Arne Slot came out with a really brilliant substitution where he took off Gerald Konza and he brought on Kanai, which I think it was a really good substitution, and you could clearly see that it was a massive difference, because Konza kept losing in the air, and obviously, as in you lose in the air, what do you think is going to happen? The ball can be played in from the header, from like into an attacker, and it obviously creates space from behind, all these type of other ways of obviously scoring a goal, and he kept losing the aerial duels. So obviously it was good that I put Kanai on, because then as soon as Kanai came on, our defense was just basically good. Like if I remember rightly, they only had like 2 attacks in the second half. In the first half, you could clearly tell on the counter attack where McAllister didn't get his tackling right in time, and then obviously I don't know, I think it was Hutchinson, Chelsea's old player, or Arsenal's, where he played for. He cut in from, like, I think Trent did well to get back on Gravenberch. to cover the space, obviously for the second attacker coming in. Or I think no, actually, sorry, it was Sabasala, sorry, and we did pretty well. Like Mohamed Salah again, typical Mohamed Salah, obviously. Just going back to Mohamed Salah, I just want to talk about Mohamed Salah for a sec. Obviously, right here, as you see, record breaker every Salah opening weekend goal. Obviously, I'm not going to play it due to copyright reasons, but Liverpool Mohamed Salah has scored more goals in match week 1 than anyone else in the Premier League history, which is obviously the thing online here. So basically, he scored in 9 consecutive openings in the Premier League, which is fantastic. I just want to give a brief moment for Mohamed Salah, obviously, because he's obviously plays for my team, and he's let's be honest, he's a Premier League legend as it is already. And I'm just gonna mention another stat about him. So obviously here we go again. He's like the other record thing that he's done for us in the Premier League. So this is what obviously Arne Slot says about him, but I'm just gonna mention this. The Egyptian made it to 300 goal contributions in 350 games for Liverpool. Guys, just how amazing is Mohamed Salah? The guy, like 31, he's got a new trim. He's cooking, obviously. In the first time, I'm not gonna lie, Salah was like like his touch was a bit off sometimes. But in the second half, typical Salah again. This is the thing about I've always had this, and I'm gonna go back to this. I just want to just dig in for this for a sec, because I want to just pay respect to my player, and let alone just a Premier League legend. It's the fact that this guy gets disrespected every single time and each season. He's called a Chelsea flop, or he's called a pace merchant. But this guy has literally, in every single season, he has put 20 to 30 GA in each season. And I know people are going to say, people say this like this is the thing, guys. And I genuinely do believe this. When he's gone, we appreciate him more. But whilst he's in the Premier League, as in right now, people just take piss out of him for whatever reason, because I don't even know why. But like when you're reading this, guys, and there was like another stat that I remember seeing a long time ago, where his record against the top 6 teams obviously include Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal, and all these other teams. Guys, it's an amazing record. And Mohamed Salah is probably the greatest Premier League right winger, or even African player in the Premier League, and that's a fact. This guy has broken records. He's won every single trophy for Liverpool, and he's just a beast. And in this season, I wouldn't put it past him. Obviously, got the robot Erling Haaland. I'm going to talk about him later. Where if it's not for Erling Haaland, I just put him as top goal scorer. But Erling Haaland's a robot, so he'll just bang probably 40 to 30 goals. But yeah, Salah's going to have a good season, and just give a quick shout out to my boy, obviously. And but let's go back to the results as it was. So obviously, Chelsea, Man City. So let's talk about this, because I did watch this game. And I'm just going to say this right now. Man City didn't look good. Man City did not look good, but at the same time, it's the first game. They did have 2 players out. Rodri was out. I think Foden was a match fit, because he came back from the Euros, if I remember rightly. So obviously that still does not, I'm not going to give an excuse, because I would have the same opinion on Liverpool, honest to God. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm just going to say this right now. Nicholas Jackson, I know Chelsea fans, whatever you lot say, but it's just my personal opinion. Nicholas Jackson is one of those shittest Chelsea strikers that I've ever seen in my lifetime. The guy could have, if he stayed on side, that game would have been different. And guys, I'm not lying. I played as striker, as semi-pro, whatever you want to call it. I know this is a high-intense game. It's against the best team in the world. But guys, when you're on the end line, what the fuck do? You literally look at the linesman, and you look at the line to see if you're on or off. Nicholas Jackson literally is just one of the shittest strikers I've seen. And I've seen Chelsea are wicked strikers, like Nicholas Anelka and Drogba and Diego Costa. 3 beasts of strikers, yeah? And just me seeing Nicholas Jackson is just like, oh my God, how far are Chelsea falling? And now I understand why they're going for Osimhen, which I said this 2 years ago, by the way, that Chelsea should have signed a striker. But let's go back to the game anyway. Going back to Man City, this player, wow, he he reminds you of Mahrez, and I just want to give a like he honest to God, like he reminded me of Mahrez when Mahrez burst into, and I remember the game against Anfield against us in 2015, the 15th season, where I just saw this Savio kid looks amazing, and the way he just turns in and cuts in, and just how he just dribbles inside and outside, and how he turns and how agile he's just fantastic to watch. The flair like he has, and Cucurella was just getting cooked by him. Like genuinely, Chelsea's fullbacks were getting cooked. I don't even rate Doku, but Doku's even cooking like Augusta, and I rate Augusta. I think Augusta's gonna be better than Reece James. I'm just gonna say that right now. So like Chelsea's fullbacks are not shit. They're actually good fullbacks. I rate Cucurella and Augusto, but they were just getting cooked big time. And one thing the Chelsea manager did is that he put Enzo Fernandez in a 10, which I watched. So I watched other Chelsea. I watched Chelsea fans' content, and I watched just to do obviously my research and stuff. They didn't understand why the Chelsea manager put Enzo Fernandez in a 10, and it's just that why would you put Enzo in a 10 where you could have literally just played Nkunku in your 10, and you could have played Nicolas Jackson in the left, but obviously I'm not the manager. He knows more than me. Obviously, I think it's Enzo Maresca. I'm saying butchered his name wrong, but I think I'm just gonna call him Enzo, the manager. But yeah, like Enzo Maresca, like he was playing Enzo in a 10. I didn't understand it at first, and that's not Enzo's role. And if I was him, I would have played Nkunku in that role, because Nkunku does not work well on the left. Nkunku works brilliant in the 10, and that's why he played for RB Leipzig in the 10, or as a centre forward, obviously, and as a striker. Like Nkunku is a ball of a player. I wanted him at Liverpool as a Firmino replacement, but Chelsea had chances, and I felt sorry for Cole Palmer because he was isolated on that right wing, right mid or right wing, wherever it was, and you clearly see that there were like 3 players ganging up on him. But I'm not going to give excuse for Palmer because Saka and Salah get the same treatment. And if you want Palmer to be a world-class player and to earn into that world-class stage, he needs to start evolving into this world-class player. Basically, having 3 bodies against you, that is going to happen because you are a dangerous player. People that's showing respect. And Palmer is a good player. I think he's going to be a fantastic... He's a fantastic signing as it is right now. But 2 years, 3 years from now, Chelsea probably got let's be honest, a bargain from Man City. And who knows, Chelsea could be in a title stage at that time, so who knows. But anyway, going back to my point, I want to talk about Man City. Man City, typical Man City, fantastic. A massive win for them, obviously, in the title race between them and Arsenal. It's just, Man City, like I said in my prediction where they're going to land, I said it, and again, I'm going to repeat it. Do not count Man City out. I've seen it 4 times. Like, I've had enough of it. But Man City, like that Bernardo play into Haaland, and Haaland, brilliant finish. 91 goals in 100, was it, I think 91 goal contributions, some crap like that, 100 games, scary numbers. Fantastic striker, honestly, brilliant striker. I've got him, give him credit. I don't personally like him in some sense, but you gotta call it, and that's just a scary number to have. But yeah, and the second half again, Chelsea wasteful again. I'm just gonna say Chelsea could have won or drew this game. Obviously, the controversial handball between Kovacic and talking about Kovacic, what a strike from him. Like he obviously was in the middle of the play where he basically, I think he turns in Caicedo or Lavia, if I remember rightly, or wrong. Guys could tell me in the comments. And then Sanchez, I looked at Sanchez's positioning for that goal, and I'm just going to say right now, Chelsea fans, you 100 billion% need a new goalkeeper, because that Sanchez, I can't lie, he's kind of shit. Like he's so sus. He's not even good with the ball, and I know why Chelsea signed him, because obviously every team needs to start from the back now. But it's just how Kovacic just turned with like so ease, and then he just took the shot, and I bet Chelsea fans regret selling him now. But yeah, Kovacic, brilliant signing for Man City again, fantastic player. But yeah, typical City. They don't perform to their best, but this is what big teams do, and especially in title stage, the title run. Even if you don't play as your best, you gotta get the best result for you, which is obviously getting the W's. But now going to Brentford and Crystal Palace. I heard there was like a controversial moment between Eze and the referee apparently like Eze shot apparently, and it was a free kick, and the referee blew his whistle. But I know it was like a controversial moment. If I remember, like it was a massive talked about subject at the weekend. And obviously, they're talking about VAR. And by the against, I just going back to my previous point, previous point, talking about another thing. We should have had a red card, by the way, in the Ipswich game. Like, I think it was one of the players that literally threw his arm to the fucking ball, but the referee didn't see it or didn't go to a VR check, because the player, I think, for a while, my sister told me, because she's a Liverpool fan, she was watching the game. She said that he had a yellow card, and I forgot he had a yellow card, and he deliberately like moved his hand to the ball. So again, it's just for me personally, the referees in this country are the shittest referees I've ever seen. Like, I'm not like I could get a guy from a Sunday league who works at 9 to 5 can do a better job than these lot. But anyway, going back to my point is that I think it's pretty simple. Ivan Toney's obviously going off to Saudi Arabia. I want to see how Brentford deal with that. Like, I've just found out today, as I'm recording on 20th of August of Tuesday, apparently Sepp Vandenberg might go to these lot. Our place go to these lot. Decent player, to be fair, 20 million. Hopefully we have a buyback clause on him. But obviously, yeah, it's typical Brentford. Brentford obviously have a high attacking flicking. Always, they do always high attacking. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just Brentford being Brentford basically, and they won. So let's talk about Spurs and Leicester. So Jamie Vardy, the Shea Street player, I don't know if you lot have seen it, he pointed to the badge and basically said, "You lot have got zero." You lot have got zero tiles. Zero tiles. Obviously, he was taking piss out of Tottenham and stuff. I love Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy's a legend, man. I fucking love that guy, and I love his Shea Street stuff. But anyway, I watched. I can't lie. I watched obviously I can't lie. I was asleep when this game happened, but I woke up. Obviously, I watched I think it was like the 70th minute or so, and it was pretty. Like, from what I know, when I looked at the stats, Tottenham dominated them. But like what I always say, guys, it doesn't matter about how much you dominate a team, and then they put the ball back in there. Like I was saying about Chelsea's game, Chelsea should have got a result out of that game. Chelsea deserved a result. But at the end of the day, it's a results game, and football always will be based on results. But going back to the Spurs game, is that, yeah, Vardy scored as what is he 38, and he's still banging in goals. Pretty much Leicester on the back foot throughout the whole entire game. I think they had like two shots on the net, and one of them obviously went in, which was Vardy's shot. I think who scored for Tottenham? I can't remember. Let me click it. I can click it anyway. Oh, Pedro Porro, yeah. He's actually a good right back, to be fair. Pedro Porro. Yeah, I think, with Tottenham is a weird one. In the transfer, I think they've signed Solanke, which is a good signing for them to be pretty much to him, because like Richarlison's flopped. So obviously, I would say with Tottenham this season, and Ange always plays with the high line, and I think against Man City and Arsenal and Liverpool, even against Chelsea, if you want to say, or Man United, that high line ain't gonna work. It's kind of not gonna work. And against the big teams, like I remember last season they were like the Chelsea game. Yeah, like I remember Ange playing like a high line with 9 men against Chelsea, and I was like, what is he smoking? You play a low block, bitch, like literally just park the airplane, park the bus. Like, just park everyone, fucking, even the dinner ladies, whatever you want to call it, just park it next to the net. But it's just that I think it comes off a bit stupid sometimes. But Ange obviously knows more than me. He's got a manager coaching badge for a reason. But I'm just speaking as just a fan and just a fan of the game, and just I want to see where Tottenham end at the end of the season, because I know from Tottenham fans they want to win a League Cup or something at the end of the season. They want to win a trophy, obviously. Without me banning, I'm just giving expectation for Tottenham fans. Obviously, finishing in top 4, get back into Champions League, and yeah, it's just again Tottenham missed a lot of chances and themselves to blame. Tell me, guys, what do you think of game week 1? Yeah, pretty much football's back. Fuck international duty that's coming in September. That piece of shit. I'm fucking gonna be bored. Obviously, I still make content out there. But yeah, guys, the Premier League's back. Let's see who's gonna win next week's game, and then obviously, God willing, obviously, like I said, I'm gonna stay consistent with the uploads and see how things plan out. And obviously, my team, Liverpool, we're gonna win the league, guys. We're gonna win the league. Remember that Liverpool's gonna win the league. I'm just joking, fucking wish you all. But Oh, and by the way, guys, I just want to say one thing. Most likely, so my birthday is August 31st. The reason why I just started brain fire, guys, because I was just thinking, because when deadline day. So deadline day is on August 31st. So I'll be most likely making a massive long video, or probably like a short video. I don't know. I'll see how it is. Fucking, I tell you who needs signings. Those are definitely signings, especially how Gravenberch. Oh, by the way, guys, I've just got to give myself. Gravenberch played fantastic, brilliant. But anyway, going back to the point I was saying, is yeah, I'm gonna do a massive deadline day type of video. And obviously see Chelsea obviously get Osimhen done, because it looks like Osimhen, Chelsea are obviously slowly negotiating with Osimhen, and how Liverpool want to sign that fucking goalkeeper from Valencia. I don't know how to pronounce his name. You can do your research about that. I'm sorry, fucking goalkeeper. But yeah, Man City, obviously Man City again, Gundogan back, all that stuff too. I wish we could sign Gundogan, you know what I mean? We could just put a bit of a fucking bid in, but no, we're just losers. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. Always, guys, stay active, stay hungry, and God bless.